Ever wonder what it's like to see things through vinyl's eyes?
No, wrong.
This is what it actually looks like. And yes, I'm implying the vinyl scratch or... Oh my gosh, this stupid chair is so squeaky. I'm implying the vinyl scratch, or as the writers like to call her, DJ Pone 3, it's so lame, is deaf. The character that hardly ever goes around without headphones, playing music into her ears. You know, the things that pick up sound. Believe it or not, this is actually a theory that has been going around for a while, and I decided that I'm gonna tackle it now. So first of all, let's answer the obvious question and ask, if she's deaf, why on earth is she wearing headphones? Well, it's actually not that unusual, surprisingly. Music is a really unusual thing. Everybody, and I mean everybody, likes music. Maybe not the same kind of music, but everyone likes some kind of music. Why do we like music? I don't know. Actually, in a scientific sense, music is just different sound frequencies that come together in an organized pattern, and for whatever reason, can make a huge impact on our mood as we listen to it. While some people might say that even animals will respond to it, I think it's more likely that they're just responding to the odd arrangement of sounds rather than to the music itself. Animals don't seem to respond to music in the same way that people do, and that makes it even stranger. Not only do all people like music, for some reason, but only people seem to get much of anything out of it. It's like a kind of spiritual experience. And what does all that have to do with vinyl? Well, even deaf people like music. In fact, deaf people love music. And oftentimes they will even become composers of it. While they can't hear it in the same way, deaf people can still feel music. They can sense the vibrations traveling through their bodies and objects that they come into contact with. Deaf people respond to these musical vibrations in the same way that anyone else might respond to hearing music. You know Beethoven, right? The most famous classical composer ever? Well, plot twist, if you didn't already know, he was deaf. Now, he wasn't born deaf or anything. He could hear just fine in his early life, but by his late 20s, he began to have hearing deterioration, which at the end of his life resulted in him being completely deaf. Though it made things difficult, he could still continue his work with music and compose during that time. And if you feel like consulting Google, I'm sure you could find many an example of similar cases. If you're catching what I'm dropping here, I think vinyl is another one of those cases. The evidence. She never takes off her headphones. One would think that they would cause a lot of blocks in communication, blocks that one would realize are a problem fairly quickly if they wore headphones all the time. As such, someone who wore headphones 24/7 might try to fix this issue by not wearing headphones 24/7. And yet she continues to do so. This might be because wearing said headphones does not actually create that block in communication, because she's deaf. Of course, there's the problem of communicating at all, to which I say, ha! Not a problem. Or at least, mostly. Deaf people oftentimes will learn to read lips, and while that may not be 100% accurate as demonstrated by this channel,
I said, kikariki! I mean, there's a snake over there.
It can help the process along. Obviously, this would still make communication difficult, but it's not like we have evidence that she ever communicates perfectly. Or, like, at all. Which brings us to our next point. She never communicates. Or more specifically, she doesn't speak. Ever. She's mute. This isn't something up for debate or that needs to be proven. She has never spoken audibly in 6 seasons of television. Unless she pipes up and says something, it's safe to say she is mute. And while there can be several reasons for a person being mute, the most prevalent reason there is that the person doesn't know what speaking sounds like, and therefore cannot imitate and speak those sounds themselves. It is because they're deaf. It is because she's deaf. I mean, really, if you look up the definition of the phrase jump the shark, you get a picture of MLP episode 100. They referenced every major fandom creation, including one where Vinyl and Octavia live as roommates and speak. They got Octavia's voice spot on accurate, all Britishy and stuff. Vinyl's, on the other hand, is non-existent. If, however, there was a time to give her a voice, ever, it was then. And if there was ever a voice to give her, it was this one. The writers, however, didn't give her nuttin'. They referenced her bass cannon, her split house, her roommate, Octavia's voice, but not Vinyl's voice. It's like they went out of their way to reference everything in this video except that one thing. Instead, they made this scene. I think it's safe to assume that she is completely mute, and by association, that she is in fact also deaf. Sorry now, King. If you were planning on eventually shipping off to LA for a surprise voice acting gig, probably won't happen. Or at least not for this. But you could totally voice for the new live-action Timon and Pumbaa though, right? I could see you as a pretty strong Pumbaa. Hello! So yeah, it's been like a million years, months, whatever, since I've actually posted a video on this channel. And that would be because I have been going crazy, running around with like a chicken with my head cut off at college. But this video has actually been in the works for a very, very, very long time. And not because I've put a lot of work into it, honestly, it's because I just haven't gotten around to finishing it. I also have a couple other things that are written down, ideas for me to do. I just haven't done those either. College has just been extremely busy, and so I haven't had a whole lot of time to do things. But this next semester may be a little bit lighter. That, and I'm on Christmas break temporarily, so I might have a little time to do something. So some videos might be coming sometime, eventually, maybe, no promises. But in other news also, I may be starting to venture out into some other topics and things. I had that one video of Steven Universe, which that show is still going on, so I may end up doing something with that. I don't know. There's a lady back there that I didn't see before. She was totally looking at me. That's really awkward. But overall, MLP is kind of slowing down, I feel like, as a show in general. I'll still probably make something on it every now and then, but don't be too surprised if those videos start slowing down. Hello, car. Please drive. I don't want to record myself while you're driving by. That'd be awkward. Nope, yep. I'm not doing anything weird. Okay, bye. Okay, so anyway, I have an idea for like a Gravity Falls video even. Like, I know that show's basically over, but there's so much stuff that went into it that I could maybe end up making a video or two for that too. Or like I have a couple Overwatch videos, I may make a couple of those. But overall, no matter what the topic is, it's still going to be these analytical kind of videos where I'm looking at statistics and ideas and theories and that sort of thing, because I just find that fun. So even if its subject might change, it'll still probably be the same kind of video, so you probably don't have to worry about that. Isn't it a pretty day outside? All the leaves are down and stuff. It's a pretty day. So anyway, thanks for watching. Something just fell over there, freaked me out. As for videos or topics or anything like that, post them below. If you want to see my Patreon, that's also in the description. Please go to that, and it may help me make a little more videos every now and then in my terrible schedule, or at least it may motivate me to. Keep your eyes open for anything else I may eventually post. Maybe, maybe not. No, that's not true. I'm still definitely posting things. I just don't know when. And now please enjoy this complimentary video of me walking.